What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised. The Paddington franchise will release its third installment sooner than you expected. So, who's coming back for Paddington 3? Without any further ado, here is what we know so far. Paddington 3. As you already know, Paddington's journey started with Michael Bond's script from the 2014 film Paddington. The film didn't plan to continue its adventures in more installments, but since the adaptation reached an enormous success, grossing about $283 million worldwide and attaching a huge fan base, we were all treated with the sequel. Paddington follows a young Peruvian bear traveling to London in search of a home. While alone at Paddington Station, he meets the generous Brown family, a family that will later offer him a friendly home. We feel the need to mention that the film's theme is amazing, and it holds on to one message: be kind and take care of each other. However, it has been a while since the second Paddington film has been released in theaters, and fans now crave more of the heartwarming story. So far, only a few details have been released by StudioCanal, though it seems like the third installment was affected by the ongoing pandemic, just like every other project in the film industry. Thankfully, Paddington 3 seems to be in the works, and rumor has it that it will be released sometime in 2023 or at the very end of 2022. Alongside news posted by Variety, there was a statement that said the following: StudioCanal is working very hard on the third picture with the highest degree of originality and attention, just as it did with the first two. So guys, this only brings us to one question: what kind of plot will Paddington 3 follow? Also, who's coming back for the third installment? Let's find out.
10 years for grand theft
and
grievous.
One step forward. Paddington 3 is already under production, and to be honest, that's the only thing that matters. It's been confirmed that the third installment will officially begin filming in the second quarter of 2022. Via the Wrap, StudioCanal CEO Anna Marsh announced that the third Paddington movie now has a scheduled production start date. The plot of the film is kept secret, and when it comes to the cast, we believe all of the already familiar faces will come back to reprise their roles once again. Nevertheless, one thing is certain: Paul King, the director of the first two Paddington films, is coming back to executive produce the movie. Outside of the Paddington movies, King directed and wrote the 2009 movie Bunny and the Bull, and has also directed episodes of TV shows like The Mighty Boosh, Come Fly With Me, and Netflix's Space Force. King wrote the story about the third film alongside Paddington writers Simon Farnaby and Mark Burton. The screenplay has been written by Burton, John Foster, and James Lamont. As we previously said, the first two Paddington films were a huge success, so news about a third one should not surprise you. The first Paddington movie was released in 2014, and it followed the Paddington Bear, voiced by Ben Whishaw, arrive in London when he was found by the Brown family, Henry, a character portrayed by Downton Abbey star Hugh Bonneville, Mary, a character portrayed by Sally Hawkins, Judy, a character portrayed by Madeline Harris, and Jonathan, a character portrayed by Samuel Jocelyn. The second movie was released in 2017 and saw Paddington being charged for something he didn't do, and he was sent to prison. The sequel also included the Brown family, as they did everything they could to prove Paddington's innocence. Now, one very important thing regarding Paddington 3 is the main villain. Fans of Paddington have already been speculating about who could play the villain in Paddington 3. Michael Bond's Peruvian bear has been the best friend to a lot of children ever since the 1950s. And to be honest, no one expected such a successful adaptation. 2014's Paddington had Ben Whishaw voicing the lead character, and then Paddington 2 happened, a sequel that unexpectedly surpassed the success of its predecessor. As we previously said, Paddington 3 is officially under production after several years of having an uncertain future. Now, if we were about to speculate the plot of the upcoming film, we need to talk about its potential villain first. 2014's Paddington had Nicole Kidman as Millicent Clyde, with perfectly playing the role of the villain, and the second film had to live up to high expectations. So Hugh Grant took the villain role for Paddington 2, playing Phoenix Buchanan. Phoenix Buchanan is the main antagonist protagonist of the 2017 film because he steals the pop-up book and uses it for his own cruel benefits. Our pickup for the villain in Paddington 3 is the one and only Daniel Craig. He would undoubtedly make an excellent opponent for the Paddington Bear. This would also continue the captivating lines of villains in the franchise. Playing a villain in the family film about a heartwarming bear is also ideal for Craig, who seeks acting far from his renewed James Bond role. In an interview with Letterboxd, King was asked who would play the villain in the upcoming Paddington. Following Kidman and Grant, and according to Jim, Javier Bardem seems like the perfect actor for this role. If you had to choose between Craig and Bardem, who would you choose? Let us know down in the comments. Oh, before we continue with even more amazing details regarding Paddington 3, make sure you smack that like button if you haven't done it already. We know Paddington would really appreciate it. Now, let's see who's expected to come back in the third installment, shall we? Paddington 3 cast members. Paddington would have been nothing without Ben Whishaw as the bear himself, along with Sally Hawkins, Hugh Bonneville, Julie Walters, Madeline Harris, and Samuel Joslin as the Brown family. Wishaw's also voicing Paddington in the animated TV series, so he would certainly come back to reprise his role for the third installment. Imelda Staunton and Michael Gambon are also expected to come back as Aunt Lucy and Uncle Pastro, but you should know that they'll only appear through flashbacks. Sanjeev Bashkir, Ben Miller, Jessica Hines, and Peter Capaldi are expected to come back. Jim Broadbent will appear alongside Knuckles McGinty. Brendan Gleeson, Tom Davis, and Noah Taylor are not expected to appear in the third installment. StudioCanal is celebrating its 30th anniversary, and as part of the company's exhibit out of Cannes, it has also announced some other films that will soon begin production. Some of them are War Magician with Benedict Cumberbatch, a film that is supposed to start production in 2022 with Colin Trevorrow in the director's seat, Cat Person starring Nicholas Braun and Amelia Jonas, and Suddenly with Jake Gyllenhaal and Vanessa Kirby. Let's go back to Paddington. Do you guys have any suggestions for Paddington 3's ideal villain? Let us know. Now, let's talk about Paddington 3 plot. As we previously said, the villains in the previous Paddington film played the most important part, and along with them comes some shady criminal action. In recent years, it seems like the role of villain in Paddington has become a preferred role for a lot of actors, and with news breaking that Paddington 3 is officially in development, a lot of actors have shown interest in stepping in the shoes of Hugh Grantman and Nicole Kidman. While there's a slight chance for Nicole Kidman coming back as a villain or Hugh Grant getting back to reprise his role and get revenge on the bear, it seems like the next villain will be played by an actor who will make his debut in the Paddington franchise. However, it would be interesting to see Hugh and Nicole together, right? Location-wise, London seems like the perfect place for Paddington 3, but there is also the possibility that the third installment will be set in Peru. What do you guys think about this? As for what is going to happen with our beloved bear, director-turned-producer King said, "It's not like Paddington dies at the end. He doesn't ascend into the sky on a rocket-powered marmalade jar, so expect a lot of interesting adventures in the upcoming, very anticipated Paddington 3. On a related note, let us know, what would you like to see in the threequel? Also, suggest an ideal villain. Make sure you subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss any of our videos again. And of course, thanks for watching.